she's never going to stay. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Becky. You can find me on Instagram as @BeckyKnits and on Ravelry as Becky Monday. If you are joining me for the first time, then welcome, and if you are a returning viewer, then welcome back. This is my podcast where I talk about mostly knitting, if we're honest, occasionally other crafty things, sometimes books. Today it's going to be mostly knitting. I'm very tired today. In case you're wondering, yes, my hair is yellow. It was green, like a blue green, briefly, and then it all washed out, and now it's like yellowy green. So I'll probably try and deal with that later. I'm like, what would happen if I put pink on top of this? I might try and find out. But anyway, it's been a little bit since we last spoke, although you saw a video, you might have watched it. I put it out on like Wednesday. It was about a week old. I can't even really remember what I talked about. So if you are new, this is a theme. I talk to you and then I completely forget what I've been talking about. And I just hope for the best the next time that I see you. Oh, I meant to get my iPad and it's there, and for some reason I didn't bring it here. I'm so organised. Here we go. I was going to get my iPad so that I could tell you what I'm wearing. And it's out of battery, obviously. So, I can't remember. So I'll put information about it down here and I'll leave links down below. I made this last year before, out of my very nerdy Advent that I got from The Lonely Knitter. Yeah, so I've made it into I just made a t-shirt version. Yeah, so that's the colourful stripes are the Advent, and then I used a Fibre Spates grey to do the like stripes and the contrasts and things like that. Yeah, it's very cozy and comfy, but not too warm, so I really like it, and just felt like I haven't really worn anything that I made on my podcast for a while. So here we go. Let's get stuck in, shall we? I would have loved to have had finished objects or even half finished objects, but I don't. I do have the closest thing to a finished object, which is a like 1/24 finished project, and that is the first square in my blanket for Game of Crafting's blanket club. So here it is. This one is Pong, and the pattern is Radvent. I will leave a link to it down below. Again, I was gonna have my notes on my iPad, so I can't remember what the designer's called, Amber, but I can't remember her surname, so I will leave information about everything I talk about in the description box down below. But this is my first one. Took me like maybe like 4 hours, or like 4 or 5 hours, but like over a couple of days. It was really good fun to knit. It's kind of like just enough. There's some like you know, lace work type stuff. It's just enough like interest for me right now. I'm like, my knitting time is very limited. Mostly it's like in the evening when the children are in bed, and I honestly can't knit anything too complicated then. So actually having these like little projects where I have to pay a bit more attention to the pattern is great for like the 2 days a week when I get like small snippets of knitting time in the middle of the day. Those are usually like Wednesdays and Fridays when both of my children are out at their various like school or nursery things, and I get to maybe spend a couple of hours in the afternoon knitting. So yeah, so I finished that one, and I did cast on the second one. So I want to get like a circular needle to do these on, because the 4 needles is a bit clunky, but there we are. This one is Space Invaders. I'm really loving these. I'm so excited. And yeah, they're quick enough as well that it's not like a slog, and I'm not thinking I have to knit 24 of these. So yeah, really enjoying these. Loved these first 2 colours, and I am very excited to get the next 2. So I need to pick my contrasting colour, the colour that I'm going to use to join the squares together. And I think I want to wait and see what the next 2 colours are before I make a decision, because these ones, I would think like a black would be quite nice, but if the next 2 are like brighter, or like a lighter I should say, then maybe a black wouldn't work. But having looked at like Game of Crafting's colours that she does, I think, you know, a black's probably going to be safe, because they're usually, her colourways are usually like neons and like, yeah, I don't think she'd really just a lot in the way of like pastels. So there we go. So that is the closest thing I have to a finished object. I think in my last episode I did say that I wanted to get through some socks. I just haven't been feeling socky. I really want to be knitting on a plain pair of socks, but I don't have a plain pair of socks on the go at the moment, and I don't have the needles to start a pair, because all of my circular needles are full of socks, and I have tried to knit some socks on DPNs again, and I just don't love it. So yeah, and I've got like a 9-inch circular, but I have to knit like continental, and that's not how I knit. So I'm not interested in learning a new skill right now. So that's just me personally. I have tried knitting on 9-inch circulars English style, and I just couldn't get the flow of it. But when I tried knitting continental, I found that much easier, but I still don't love it. So, and like I say, I'm not at the moment. I just want to knit a plain pair of socks and not have to think about anything at all. Because like I say, a lot of my knitting time at the moment is in the evenings, like after the children are in bed and when I'm watching TV, and I just don't want to have to think. So yeah, so socks have not been getting a lot of love, really. I'm hoping, no, this weekend is going to be crazy, and I'll talk about that later. So I don't think I'm really going to get any chance to do some sock knitting then. But anyway, I just need to buy myself some more needles. I'd said I was not going to do that. I was like, no, get some things off your needles first, and then you don't have to buy any needles. But I want to buy some for my squares anyway, so I think I'll probably just buy some for another pair of socks, just one more pair. That's fine, right? What else have I been working on? It's been blankets, all blankets. So I will just show you the progress I've made on this one. I'm really loving how it's turning out. It's so soft. It's like a colourful cloud. I really love it. So I think, oh gosh, I think I've added like two and a half stripes since the last time I showed it to you. I think this was the last colour. So yeah, this has been what's been getting quite a lot of work in the evenings, because yeah, it is just knitting back and forth for 11 rows and then changing colour and continuing to knit back and forth. So yeah, I'd like to get that finished soon, because I'd like it to be still a little bit cool before I finish it. But I don't know, I'll have to see what the size is like once I get towards the end, because I think it might be too small. But I was going for like a sort of single person snuggly thing, but it might be a bit more of like a lap blanket. But I don't know, I'm kind of ready for it to be done. I'm really enjoying it, but I'm kind of ready for it to be done. So maybe I'll just sort of make do with it, whatever size it is. My children will enjoy it if it's small. It will still get used if it's small. So yeah, and then my other blanket is my Habitation throw. Let's see how much I've added since the last time we spoke. Not much. Not much, just 2 stripes, I think, if I'm understanding my my system correctly. So I think I was working on this pink stripe last time I showed it to you, and so I've added this stripe, which is, oh, can't remember, Nora George. I don't think she dies anymore. So it's a Nora George colourway, and this was this is a Castle View Yarns Fear of the Dark colourway, which I really love. I think I've talked about it before. I love that colourway, so I was really excited that it made it into this blanket. I think it also made it into my Cozy Memories blanket. I've got a pair of socks in it, and I think I still have yarn left. Not a huge amount, but some, so I will keep it and it will go into more blankets. So I'm trying to decide what's going to go into this next. Yeah, I don't know which colourway I'm going to put in next. Possibly one from my next lot of Homespun House Patreon minis. These are the December ones, but I feel like they're maybe a bit too light to go next to this one. I think I want something just a little bit darker. Maybe the purple would be nice. The purple might be nice, actually. So, but there's like a nice colour in the January minis that I think might work quite well. So I might try that, but we'll see. But that's it for things I've been working on. The socks, I think I did get through a heel or two and some progress on a foot, but yeah, like I say, I'm just not feeling the socks at the moment. So let's just move into acquisitions. I have 2 things to show you. I spoke about the first one briefly last time because I was expecting it, and I think it arrived that day. And that is the Homespun House minis, what is it called? Cobbled Streets mini set. So there are 8 20-gram minis, and it's her superwash merino nylon blend, soft sock blend. Yeah, they are really nice. So my plan had originally been to add these to my Cozy Memories, to my Habitation throw, but I feel like it's very definitely a set for one thing, so I don't want to put all of those colours next to each other because I feel like it would be a big chunk of like too complementary like colours. I want to try and have the stripes on my Habitation throw be like distinctive colours. So yeah, I feel like these would just kind of like blend too well, so I don't know what to do with it. I did think about just starting a new Habitation throw and just using these because I think it would make a really gorgeous blanket, but I don't know. And I was also wondering whether I could do something like a jumper with some like colour work or something, but I don't know whether they're too similar for that, so I don't know. don't know, but they are really pretty and I'm enjoying just looking at them. I'm trying to think. I think this one is my favourite. I think it's coming out browner, like it's coming out like a darker brown, I think, but no, yeah, I just love it all. So I'll have to think about that. I mean, I'd be quite happy with another blanket, but I don't know that I necessarily need to knit another blanket. So we'll see. And then the second and final acquisition is my Patreon minis for January. So you probably have received yours if you get the Patreon minis, but on the off chance that you don't, that you haven't even, so look away now and I will do a quick show of them and then pop them down. So look away now. These are the 3 10-gram minis for January, and this is the colour that I'm thinking that I might add to my Habitation throw next, but I don't know. Okay, they're gone. You can look back now. So yeah, that's it for yarn and things. I am going to East Anglia Yarn Fest next month with my mum. I'm very excited. We didn't make it last year. I think my mum was poorly, and I didn't want to go on my own, so I didn't go. But we did make it to Stitches on the Sand in Lowestoft, and that was really good. So I'm really looking forward to going back. And I've been thinking about what yarn I want to buy while I'm there. And I'm thinking that actually I might not buy yarn. I might just buy like notions. I'd like some more project bags so that I have a bit more of like choice with my project bags. I feel like at the moment I get to a point where I can pick like project bags for 1 or 2 projects to sort of like match them up, but then like very quickly I'm just kind of having to go with whatever's left, you know. So, and I'd like to maybe have some more seasonal bags. I've got a couple of wintry bags and a couple of Halloweeny bags. Yeah, so I'd like a few more kind of, yeah, I'm still using Christmassy bags now, and like this one that my like garter stitch blankets in. It's Christmassy, and I mean that's fine, but it would be nice to have more choice. So I might like to buy some project bags. I'd like to buy maybe some progress keepers. I know that Corner of Craft, Hannah from Corner of Craft is going to be there, and she makes really cute little like beaded stitch markers, and she's just done some really cute cat ones. So I might get some of those. Yeah, I think if I'm going to buy yarn, it's going to be either like mini sets or single skeins for like socks. Yeah, because last time I went to a yarn show, which was Unraveled. That was the big like the last biggest yarn show I went to, and that was in 2020, pre-pandemic, well, pre-lockdown. And I bought nice amounts of yarn, and I bought some specifically for a project, and I never got round to knitting the project. I started it and I was like hum. So yeah, and I think it's because I didn't know before I went what it was I wanted to buy for. I was just kind of influenced while I was there, which was fine. And the yarn has been, well, it's in my Stephen West mystery knit from the year before last, which is still not finished. But yeah, so I think I might just go without a plan and let the yarn speak to me. yeah, there's a couple of dyers going that I want to buy from, and it's quite nice to buy in person sometimes, I think, or at least with the festival being so soon, I might as well wait and buy directly from them so I can say hi. So, but if you are planning on going to East Anglia Yarn Fest, let me know, and if you see me, say hi. I've no idea what colour my hair will be, but yeah, it would be nice to say hello. Yeah, that is it for knitting content, I think. I guess the only other thing I can say is that I really want to be knitting myself like a jumper or something at the moment. Not for East Anglia Yarn Fest, but just in general, I'm like, I want to make myself a little jumper, but I don't know what pattern to do. I've got some yarn, like a Rowan cashmere tweed, which I got on sale at my local yarn shop, and I got a grey and a red, very red, and it's really nice. It's super soft, and I just don't know what to do with it. It's a really funny weight. It's like a light DK, but I don't think it's quite a sport weight. So I don't know. A lot of the patterns that I have like queued up in my Ravelry they're not right for it. So I was thinking about maybe doing the Elizabeth Zimmerman raglan, where you sort of, I guess you knit, the cat's being weird, sorry, just I think you like knit a swatch and then do the calculations based on your swatch and your body measurements. So I quite like the idea of doing that. Yeah, and I'm gonna have to use both colours together in order to have enough to make a jumper for me. So I was planning on doing like the sort of yoke area in the grey, and then after I've split for the arms, start like striping the two colours. So that was my plan. We shall see. I'll have to have a look at the Elizabeth Zimmerman. I don't know where I'd find it. I've got 2 of her books, but I don't think either of them have, I can't remember what it's called, but I'm sure if you're aware, you know what I mean. So yeah, that is it for the yarny content. I haven't read any books. What am I reading at the moment? Oh, I started reading, I can't tell you because my iPad has run out. Is it The Illegitimate Heir or something it's called, and it's the 3rd book in the Bridge Kingdom trilogy. I read the first 2 last year and really loved them, and I just need to get into this one. The thing is, like last year when I was doing a lot of reading, my youngest was taking a lot longer to go to sleep at night, so I was sitting with him for like an hour trying to get him to go to sleep. So that's like a lot of reading time. But now he takes 10-15 minutes to go to sleep, and then when I come out of his bedroom, I don't really want to read. My brain doesn't go to reading, my brain goes to TV and easy knitting. So I just need to get into it, and yeah, I want to know what happens. So that's the only thing I'm really reading at the moment. Yeah, and then this weekend, so it's Friday today, this weekend is a bit, because I have like a last minute art market, which I'm excited about because I really enjoy doing the last one, but is also a bit like, okay. And I also applied for an exhibition, so like submitted a couple of pieces for an exhibition, and one of them was accepted. So, and then they've got a little shop, and I had some pieces accepted for the shop as well. So I was like, that's fine, because I don't have any more markets coming up, so I can just put those things aside, and then I can, like, before my next market, which I haven't actually got a date confirmed my next marker yet, but I've got plenty of time to like print stuff and get stuff ready. And then I got an email saying like, we've got spaces at this like market at the weekend, do you want a table? And I was like, yes please. And so now like, okay, it's gonna be yeah, I've got one new print that I can take with me, and I've got a couple of those, but that was a bit of a last minute, oh, I just need, probably would be useful to have maybe just like a couple of extra prints. So yeah, but I'm excited about going. The last one was fun, and it's the same, so the event that I did last time was a month-long event, and this is the same event, it's just a different time, a different day. So yeah, and then the exhibition is next week, so a week today. Oh well, so it starts a week tomorrow, so next Thursday I need to drop off, or next Friday, but ideally next Thursday I need to drop off my piece and all of my stuff. And then yeah, that's fairly easy because I don't have to sit there all the time. Like, I think there might be 1 or 2 days when they might want me to sit there, but mostly that's somebody else's thing to worry about. So yeah, if I do have to sit there for a couple of days, that would be excellent knitting time, and probably sock knitting time. So maybe next week I'll get through some socks. Yeah, I think that's it. Not really had anything else going on. Yeah, this was the first week back after half term, so that was a bit, oh, and Aiden's got a bit of a cold, so he's been really tired, and he's not been sleeping very well, so he's extra tired. Yeah, but it's been an okay week. He's definitely getting into the swing of school now. The like going back after half term this time was less of a shock than the first half term that he had, and then obviously Christmas, but Christmas is a bit different because that's 2 weeks. But yeah, definitely less of a shock going back this time. So yeah, next Wednesday is a teacher strike, so I'll be at home, which I'm fine with. It'll be quite nice because my youngest Rory will be at nursery, so it'll just be me and Aiden, so it'll be nice. So yeah, that's it. Nothing else to tell you. I'm just looking around. I think that's everything there is to say. Thank you very much for watching. Keep your eye out on Instagram for what colour my hair is, because I will post about it. Yeah. I've not been put off the experience of dyeing my own hair, but I've only ever really done like darker colours. I mean, my hair's fairly dark anyway, but I've only ever sort of done like black, or like a sort of black, blue, reds, that kind of thing. So this was the first time I've like bleached it myself. I don't think I did a terrible job. So yeah. Right, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.